Hey, it's Steve. I just wanted to answer this question right away. Are tornadoes secretly controlled by the government? Yeah, I know it sounds wild, but it's a question that keeps popping up. So let's dive into it. And hey, if you got your own thoughts, share them in the comments. I'd love to hear where you stand. I'm sure other people would too. I'm a grandpa, and I've spent nearly 4 decades flying airplanes through all kinds of weather. And let me tell you, wondering if the government's behind things isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's good to be curious and careful about the world around us. But with tornadoes, we might find that nature itself is just more unpredictable and powerful than anything people could pull off. As a pilot, I'm constantly watching weather patterns and getting warnings from the government about specific conditions like thunderstorms and turbulence, icing, even strong winds. These warnings are there to keep us safe, and they're incredibly detailed. But here's the thing. In all my years, I've never seen a warning that says a tornado will form at a specific time and place, like next Tuesday at 3:52 p.m. in Wichita. It just doesn't work that way. Tornadoes are unpredictable. They pop up suddenly and they disappear just as fast. They don't announce themselves and nobody gets a heads up. Now, if you're enjoying this deep dive, lick that like button, subscribe, and boop that notification bell so we can keep exploring big questions together. And if you want to dig into details, I have posted my research notes in the video description. You can check it out. Now let's break down the basics. Tornadoes are massive, swirling columns of air that form when warm, moist air meets cold, dry air under just the right conditions. It's like making popcorn. You know, the kernels will pop, but you never know which one's going to go off first. Trying to control a tornado would be like trying to steer a runaway train with a paperclip. Now, some people bring up HAARP, the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, when talking about government control over weather. HAARP was built to study the ionosphere, the layer of the Earth's atmosphere that affects things like GPS and radio signals. HAARP does use high-frequency radio waves, but they're directed up at the ionosphere, far above where our weather happens. And with only 3.6 megawatts of power, HAARP's output is no stronger than a commercial radio station. I mean, think about it. A single hurricane releases more energy than billions of tons of TNT. HAARP just doesn't have the power to control something as vast as the weather. It's built for science, not storms. But here's a bigger question. What would it take for you to stop believing this is a government operation? I'm genuinely curious because I want to meet you where you're at. There's no evidence showing that anyone, government or otherwise, has the power to control these natural beasts. Even our best technology can only tell us a tornado might form in an area, not when and where. And here's something else to consider. If the United States government were controlling tornadoes, does that mean they're also controlling tornadoes in other parts of the world? Tornadoes aren't just an American phenomenon. No, they happen in Canada and Argentina and Bangladesh, the UK, Australia, Germany, South Africa, places with no connection to U.S. operations. These storms show up all over the globe, and they're as wild and unpredictable there as they are here. And while there have been small government experiments with weather modification like cloud seeding to increase rain during the Vietnam War, tornadoes are a whole different animal. They release energy equivalent to multiple nuclear bombs in a matter of minutes. Even if we could harness that kind of power, wouldn't it make more sense to prevent tornadoes instead of setting them loose on our own people? And if you think this is wild, just wait until you watch the next video. See ya.